So the today we need to start the new thing. It's a React.js. Okay. So basically, the React.js we can say it's a library. Okay. But before that, the thing is like that React.js is the open source JavaScript library. Okay. The first thing we have to say the React.js it's a open source JavaScript library. Okay. So this is the open source JavaScript library for building the dynamic and interactive the user interface. Okay, to build the dynamic and interactive the user interface means UI. Okay, and the basically this React.js is developed, okay, and released by the Facebook. Okay, and basically that Facebook company, okay, is continuously working on the React library and enhancing it by fixing the bugs, and they are introduced a new feature also for the React. Okay, the basically we can say the React is the open source JavaScript library for the building the dynamic and interactive user interface. Okay, and the basically that React is developed and released by the Facebook. Okay, the thing is like, so like, why we need this React actually? So why we learn this React? There is a question. Okay, so there are several reasons to learn the React.js as per demand in the development industry of the React developers, and the feature the React has two offers like that that cannot be replaced by other framework or library we can say. Okay, so the reasons are, we can say the first reason, there is a easy of use. Okay, means here you can see that React.js does not require that writing the lengthy codes. Okay, lengthy code in the sense you can see in JavaScript you should create everything like from scratch to end. Okay, and the basically that React.js does not require writing the lengthy code as it supports the component concepts basically. And so like it's a small component of code can be created and can be used as a multiple play in multiple places. Okay, for that thing we can say it's a easy of use. Okay, the basically the React.js does not require the writing the lengthy code. Okay, as it supports the component concepts. Okay, here we can see there is a component concepts. Okay, so the a small amount of code can be created or can be used in the multiple places. Okay, the next thing there are multiple module support, multiple a module support. Okay, the multiple module support in the sense, so there are there are so many modules in the React.js, okay, that can be used to make your development more scalable and that manageable at fast pace. Okay, so basically it's a library. Okay, and there are the many modules in the React.js, okay, that can be used uh, to make your development a more scalable and that manageable at the fast phase we can say. Okay, and the third thing, there is a multiple the apps development, multiple apps is a development. Okay, so by using the React knowledge, so we can create the web pages, or web apps or mobile apps, okay, or you can say that VR apps, okay. So there are a lot of websites, okay, that are using the React.js, like for example, that Airbnb, okay, and the Facebook and Insta, okay. So we can say like the lot of website can that are using the React.js, like the current scenario you can see that Instagram, Facebook, okay. So these are the things like the React they are using, okay. Basically we can create the web pages or okay, web apps, mobile apps, VR apps, so many things we can do using the React.js, okay. So for that reason here we added the multiple app developments, okay. The third thing fourth thing, okay, it's easy migration. Easy migration, okay. So uh, because of it's easy learning curve, we can say migration from the other technology became so easy actually. So there are tons of resources to learn like React.js from the basic to advanced. So if you have good in JavaScript, it's a very easy for you guys, okay. And yep, the last thing, there is a large community. There is a large community, okay. So basically that React.js has one of the largest community to help you when you are trouble in the debugging your code. Otherwise you can or get stuck in the learning new things, okay. So we have so many things actually, okay. For that reason you can say it's a large community, okay. And the basically that React JS, the components are same as the function only, okay. But so we have some uh, rules, some set of rules, some set of installations, okay. So before the installation we need to understand some features about feature about the React JS, okay. Features, okay. So React.js plays as an essential role in a in the front end ecosystems, okay. And there are so many important features of the React.js, okay, as it is most demanding like the library we can say for the front end development, okay. And the first thing we can say it's a virtual DOM, okay. And the second thing we can say it's reusable uh, re sorry reusable components. And the third thing, it's a one-way data binding. The one-way data binding, okay. So basically here the virtual DOM in the sense, okay, the virtual DOM basically is a special kind of DOM, okay. You can see in your JavaScript DOM, okay. So here also we have the DOM called the virtual DOM, okay. Virtual DOM is a special kind of DOM, okay, that is used in the React.js, okay. And the virtual DOM basically it represents the real DOM of the current HTML document. Whenever there is changes in the HTML documents, the React checks the updated virtual DOM with the previous state of the virtual DOM and then update the difference in the actual DOM, okay. For example, I will show you one thing actually for the DOM purpose. So there is Amazon, okay. So this is a website, okay. In this thing, so we have the component in the sense just you can see there is sections, the header section and the header section, and this is the content section, this is the card section, okay, and this is the footer section, okay. So just imagine these sections are called the components, okay. These sections are called the components, okay. So how many components are there? So there is a header, one component, okay. So after that we have the this yeah, side menu is the second component, and these cards are the third, fourth, fifth component, okay. And that footer is the 7, 8 component, okay. So the thing is like, suppose if I click on in this card, this is one component, okay. Suppose if I click on this component, like this component, okay. So in React.js it will update particular that like that component only. But in the real DOM, in the sense real DOM, basically what will do in like when I click on the this card, this component, it will render the whole page. But in the React it will render the particular component, okay. So in the real DOM, what we like what we see that it will instead of clicking the like instead of uh, rendering the particular component, it will render the overall website. So for that thing, so the like the optimization, it's too low. Optimization is not efficient that much, okay. It time consuming. So the React, it will render the particular component, we can say. So this is called, we can say it's a virtual DOM, for example, okay. So there is a reusable components, okay. The basically that the components need to be written a single time, okay. And that can be used multiple times by just calling that component where we require that component, okay. The component is just like a function only, okay. But React, in the React there is a technical word called component, okay. The basically that that component, just suppose for example you have one component called that add, okay. Add component is there. We have some like the calculations, okay. Here we have created something, this is one component, okay. Component same as the functions only, okay. So we have this component, okay. The reusable component in the sense, component in the sense, for example here you can see, so this is one card, this is one card, okay. This is one card component, okay. So here so many card components are there, okay. They haven't created the so many components, so just they have created the only one component as a card. After that they are iterated using the product. Otherwise they are just imported the particular component, means they are reusable the component. They have created one separate component called the that yeah, card. So then they have used the same card as an import, okay. So this is, we can say it's a reusable component. So component that needs to be written in a single time, and can be used multiple times, okay. So here we have used the multiple times. For example, just you can imagine just calling that component where we require the components, okay. And the third thing we have seen regarding that one-way data binding, okay. The thing is like the one-way data binding is prevent the data in the component from the flowing the back, like flowing the backward. The component can pass the data to the child component only. So this will the simple like simplify the data handling and reduce the complexity, okay. The basically in the React you can see there is a pass, we can pass the data from the parent to child. So there is only one way data binding. So okay, we will we'll explore some more features in the upcoming classes. But just you can take example 3. There is a virtual DOM and the reusable components and the one-way data binding, okay. So there is a prerequisite, okay. prerequisites, okay, for the to learn JavaScript. Okay, so what are the things we need? So before proceeding with this class, okay, so we assume that that reader have some basic knowledge. So what are the basic knowledge actually? So what are the things we need? The things are, there is a first thing, we need the HTML knowledge, okay, and the thing is that we need the CSS knowledge, okay, and the most important is the JavaScript knowledge, okay. The three things we need to make JavaScript like a ReactJS component. It's very important actually. These are the main basic concept. If you ignore the JavaScript, then you can't survive the like in the ReactJS. The basically that ReactJS obey on the JavaScript only. Okay. So then basically we can start regarding that ReactJS. Okay. Just we have type of things. Okay. So basically, the thing is, the what I told regarding the React.js, the basically that React.js is the basically open source. Open source in the sense it's a free. The basically the React.js is a free and open source front-end JavaScript library. Okay, so this is the you can see. This is the open source JavaScript library which is used to develop the various interactive user interface. Okay, and basically it's a simple and the feature rich and the component based UI. Okay, the basically it's a simple, otherwise I will write here only the new page. Yeah, so there is a React.js. Okay, so first thing, it's a open source. Okay, and open source front-end JavaScript library. Okay, and the next thing, it's a simple. Okay, and it's a feature rich. Okay, and it's a component based UI. Component based UI. So everything we can say the component based only in the React. Okay, so when we say the component based, okay, we we mean that React develops the application by creating the various reusable and the independent code. So basically this is the UI library. Okay, the basically the interview will confusion or will confuse regarding that framework and the library. Okay, the things, actually this React.js is the library only. Okay, this UI is the UI library is, okay, and we are widely used in the web development. Okay, and the thing is that React.js can be used to develop the small application as well as big. Okay, and also complex application we have to use. The basically that React.js provides the minimal and solid feature set to kickstart your web applications. Okay, and basically that React community it complements the React library by providing the large set of the readme or component to develop the web component in the record time. So basically that React community also provides some advanced concept like state management, routing. Okay, we have so many things actually on the top of the React library. So we will get some state management or routing. Okay, so we need to know some React.js versions. React.js versions. Okay, so basically this React.js library was founded by there is a name called Jordan Wag. Okay, he's a software engineer at Facebook in 2011. Okay, so then the initial version was 0.3.0 of the React, released on the May, I think 2020, like 2013, they released. Okay, so now we can see the latest version are it's a 19, I think. Latest is the 19, like 2024 and 25, I think. 2024 and 25, we can say it's a 19. So moreover we are using the organization, it's a more, it's a 18 only. Okay, so the major version introduced the breaking the changes, and the minor version introduced the new features. Okay, without breaking the existing functionality. Some bug fixes are released. Okay, so basically that React follows the semantic versions. Semantic version in the sense is the principles. Okay, so basically that react.js, like react.js library, was founded by the Jordan Wag, and he is a software engineer at Facebook in the 2011. Okay, and the first version it's a 0.3.0. Okay, in 2013. Okay, so now it's the latest version, it's a 19, 2024 and 25. Okay, and basically the major version introduced the breaking the changes. Okay, and the minor version it's introduced the new features. Okay, so the next thing there is a what is the thing is like uh, what is the need for react.js? What is the need for react.js? Okay, so the thing is, even though there are various library that provide the medium to develop the user interface, but the React.js still stand at tall in the terms of the popularity. Why? So we have so many libraries, so many frameworks. Okay, still that React.js still stands at tall in the terms of the popularity. Why? So the thing is like, so there is a one thing which I already told you regarding the component based. Okay, the component based. Okay, so basically the React.js makes a multiple component to build the applications. So these components are the independent, have their own logic, which makes them reusable throughout the development process. So this will drastically reduce the application development time. Okay, the main important it's a component based. So you knew every task, every feature you should do one in single component. So there are some rules, set up rules actually, and it's very easy to easy to write compared to the JavaScript. So if you know like how to write the component, how to pass the particular parameters. Okay, suppose if you know the concept regarding the destructuring, for example I'm taking, so then you will be eligible for the React.js, we can say. Okay, the basically component based. Basically we can like the React makes use for the multiple components to build an application, and these are the component are independent, and they have their own logics, which makes them the reusable throughout the development processes. Okay, and the next thing there is a better and better and faster performance. Okay, performance. Okay, so react.js uses the virtual DOM, so which I already told you. Okay, the thing is like the best, like better and faster for performance in the sense. So there is a one word called the virtual DOM. So the interviewer will ask why the react is fast and better. So then you should tell them there is a DOM called virtual DOM. Okay, the basically that virtual DOM compares the previous state of the component of the application with the current state. Okay, like, and the only updates the changes in the real DOM. So whereas the conventional web application update all the components again. So this helps the react.js in the creating the web application faster, which I explained you regarding that this component rendering processes. Okay, like compared to the real DOM and virtual DOM. So virtual DOM, it will update a particular component, but it's a real DOM, it will update the entire component actually. Okay, so for that thing we can say it's a better and faster performance kind of things, the react.js. Okay, and third thing, there is a extremely flexible, we can say extremely flexible. Flexible. So the thing is like, what is mean by that extreme flexible? Why? The thing is, the React basically the React allows the developers and the team to set their own conventions that they deem are the best suited, and and that implement it however they see fit. So as there are no strict rules actually for the code conventions in the React, so just we need to follow the particular component wise, we have to use the particular import export kind of things, but there is no strict rules for the code convention in the react.js. So for that reason we can say it's extremely flexible. Okay, and after that, and so basically the next thing, there is a create dynamic application. Dynamic application, so which we have took this word in the definition. Okay, so basically create the dynamic application easily. How? The thing is like, the dynamic web applications require the less coding while offering the more functionality. So basically the dynamic web applications require the less coding while offering the more functionality. So thus that react.js can create the create them easily, we can say. Okay, for that thing we can set the react to the dynamic application easily. Okay, the next thing, there is a develop develops a mobile application applications as well. Okay, so the thing is, the react not only that web applications. Okay, react can also develop the mobile applications using the react native. Okay, and the basically that react native is the open source UI software framework that is derived from the that react itself. Okay, and it uses the react framework to develop the applications for the android, mac os, and web and windows. Okay, so basically like we can use in mobile applications, so using the using that react native. So we have the separate framework called the react native, so we will use we can use in the like mobile view, like you can see whether you can use the android, I can use the os kind of things. So this is the main thing we can say, it's a develop, we can develop the mobile application as well. Okay, and the next thing, there is debugging in easy. Okay, so the basically debugging in easy in the sense which I already told you. The thing is, the data flow in the React is unidirectional, means parent to child. So that is, while designing the app using the React, the child components are nested within the parent component. Okay, as the data flow is in a single direction, it get easier to debug the errors and spot the bugs. So the thing is like that data will flow, that it will the inner direction, while unidirectional it is easy to debug the things actually. Okay, yeah. So we have seen regarding the react.js what we need for the react.js we have seen, and why we need why react.js we have seen. But the thing is like we need to see some applications, that applications. Okay, and 1 minute. Yeah, the thing is for the popular website powered by the React library only, the popular website called, okay, the first thing I can say that Facebook. Okay, so basically this Facebook we can say it's a popular social media application. Okay, and that React was originally developed at Facebook. Now it's a Meta, I can say. Okay, so it's only that natural that they use it to run. Okay, they use it to run their application. As for their mobile application, it uses the React Native to display the Android or iOS component instead of the DOM. Okay, and that Facebook's code base now it include the over 20,000 components. Over 20,000 components. Okay, and that uses the React version that is public, we can say. So basically that Facebook is a popular social media application. Basically React was originally developed at Facebook, so it's only natural they like they use it to run their application. So as for their mobile application, it uses the React Native to display the Android or iOS component instead of the DOM. So the code base wise, now it includes over 20,000 components. Can you imagine? Imagine. Okay? So this is the first application we can say, and second application there is a one more thing, that is Instagram. Okay. So the Instagram also it's a popular the photo sharing application right now. Photo sharing, otherwise the blog, otherwise you can add the news, otherwise you can do the reels. Okay, so the thing is like that Instagram is also completely based on the React, so as it powered by the Meta as well. So the main feature to show its usage including the geolocation, hashtags, okay, and the Google Maps, some APIs we can say. And the third thing, there is one more thing, the regarding that OTT platform called Netflix. And this Netflix we can say it's a popular media streaming application. Okay, and the Netflix is switched to the React in the 2015 only. Okay, the factor that the mainly influenced this decision are the first thing, it's a startup like startup speed to reduce the processing time to render the home page, and the enabling the dynamic element in the UI. Okay, and the second thing I can say it's a modularity to the uh, to allow the various features that must coexist with the control experience. Okay, and third thing we can say it's runtime performance. Okay, for efficient that UI rendering for the Netflix. Okay, so the like the Netflix also the like React, they are built in the React only. Okay, so there is one more thing, the Code Academy, I think. Okay, there is a Code Academy. So basically this is the popular online training applications. Okay, and the Code Academy uses the React as the script is the battle tested, easy to think about, and makes SEO easy. SEO in the sense search engine optimization. Okay, and basically uh, it compatible with the legacy code and flexible enough for the future. And there is one more thing, last thing I can say. uh, there is the Reddit. Reddit. Okay, so this is also the popular content sharing the application. Okay, and the Reddit also the developed using the React from the scratch. So these are the applications we can say using the they are using the React actually. Okay, yeah, so now we can see some the things actually. The thing is, some installation kind of things. Installation. Okay, before the installation we'll do one thing actually. mm, 1 minute, give me some time. Okay, so we'll do one thing, yeah. Yeah, so basically the React provides one a tool called CLI. Okay, so for the developer to fast forward creation and development and deployment of the React based web applications. Okay, and the React CLI tools is depends on the Node.js. Okay, that depends on the Node.js, and uh, must be installed in your system, the Node.js we need. Okay, so hopefully you have installed the Node.js on your machine. Okay, so you can check with the node hyphen hyphen version. Okay, if it is there, then no need to install again. So if it's not there, we need to install the that Node.js. So for that thing you can go the Node.js. So there is the Node.js. Okay, you can go here. Okay, you'll see some in the download. Okay, so right now it's showing the Mac. So in your Windows it will show the window. So then you can here also will get, yeah, here we'll get the window. Okay, you can install and run it. It will install, and then you can check in the console if it is if it is installed or not actually. Okay. Yeah. So after installing the Node.js, okay, after installing the Node.js, uh, the basically there is a tool chain we can say. So to develop the lightweight feature such as the suppose such as the form validation, okay, and the model dialog, okay, other basically that React library can directly include it into the web application, okay, through that CDN content delivery network. Okay, it is a similar to use the jQuery library in the JavaScript in the web application. For the modern like for the moderate to big application, it is advised to write the application as a multiple files. So then we need to use a bundler such as the webpack. Okay, so we need to use some kind of thing bundler. Okay, for example, we can take that the webpack is one also like webpack is the one bundler. Okay, so where so many things, there is a white parcel roll up, so many things bundler. And to compile and bundle the application before the deploying the code. So basically that React tool chain helps to create the build, run and deploy that React application. And the React tool chain basically it provide the starter project template, boilerplate we can say, with all necessary code to bootstrap the application. The that like the 1 minute, sorry. The tool chain basically, the tool chain we can say there is a create react app. Okay, so we can say it's a SPA oriented tool chain. SPA in the sense single page application. Okay, and the thing is so we can like we have some that like command to create the like react.js app. So without running that command, so we can create our own app also using that CDN. Okay, the basically that tools required to develop the React application. The thing is like the tools are required to develop React React applications. The first thing, like the serve the static server to serve our application during the development. Okay, so basically the static server to the serve our application during the development time. And the second thing we can say it's a Babel compiler. And third thing, there is a create react app CLI. The first thing, there is the serve a static server to serve our application development. And the second thing we can say, it's a Babel compiler. And third thing we can say, there is a create React app CLI. Okay, so we need to know, so how to install those in the in this thing right now. Okay, so here I have mentioned the static server. Okay, so in the React, what is the static server? So there is one question. Okay, basically the static, okay, the static the static server, in the sense, basically the server is the serve is the lightweight web server. Okay, and it serves the static site and the single page application, and it loads fast and consume the minimum memory. Okay, the first thing I'll copy this one, I'll take next page. Yeah, here. Okay, yeah, so basically what we are doing here, there is a static there is serve static server. Okay, the serve is the lightweight web server. Okay, and it serves the static site and a single page application, and basically it loads the faster and consume the minimum memory, and it can be used to serve the React application. Okay, for installation, so we have to use called the npm. So npm in the sense, it's a node package manager. Node package manager. Suppose if you want to install any library, okay, then you should use that npm in the sense is a node package manager. I will show you one thing here. There is npm, there is a separate website. Okay, so here you can see, for example, I will create that serve. I'll check that serve is available or not. Yeah, that serve is available, so you can use this serve npm install. So shorten we can use that okay, npm install that serve, like that. Okay, so here we'll do one thing. First thing we have to do that npm sorry what yeah, here we'll do one thing. There is npm install serve the globally. Okay, so let us create the simple static site and serve the application using the serve app. And there is an open command, and go to we need to go to the particular workspace. Then we have to workspace in the sense, suppose if we have a project, suppose if we have that folder. Okay, you need to go into the particular folder using that cd, folder in the sense, you need to go at the exact location where you write where you install the things, otherwise where you develop the application. So there we have to create one new folder. Okay, for for the name called we have to create the folder called mkdir. It's a short property shorten to create the folder mkdir. It's a static site. Okay, and we go to the inside the static site using the cd. The next, we need to create a simple web page inside the folder. So I need to use like the HTML editor. We have to use inside the static site, we have to use the HTML editor. So there just you can make add the hello world. Okay, we'll do one thing, this one, so it will help for you guys. So this is the CC. What happens? CC is not opening. uh, mm, Learning. Okay, I'll use this one only. Okay, so here I will do one thing. I'll create the mkdir static site. Okay, so right side you can see it will create one folder. Okay, so yeah, we got the one folder called static site. Okay, so now we need to go inside the static site. Okay, so we need to create one simple thing here. There is a HTML index.html index.html, and here we have the HTML. So just I'm doing here, the thing is there is a div, there is a h1, there is the hello. Okay, I will do one thing here. Okay, so before that we need to do something. So we need to import npmi npmi ser -g. So we need to -g in the sense we need to install that serve in the globally. Okay, I will do one thing. Okay, to run the serve command, you need to use either, yeah, you can see. So we have run the command like call that serve or dot. Okay, you'll get some like the local host. Okay, inside like when I click on that local host, you'll go to the particular that HTML page and you'll see that output using the serve. We can also use like that serve .html index.html. So that's the latest version of this serve could not read the configuration. Okay, not a problem. So we are not in the particular location. Okay, just you can use this ser dot. Okay, you'll get that localhost. In the localhost, you can use you can see your UI. Okay, so this is the, we can say it's a server side static server. And the next thing is a Babel. Okay, the next thing Babel, the Babel means 1 minute. The Babel compiler. Babel is the compiler, we can say. Okay, so the thing is the Babel is the JavaScript compiler. Okay, which compiles the many version in the sense you can see that ES 2015. Okay, and the ES 16. Okay, so the thing is like the JavaScript compiler, basically that Babel is the JavaScript compiler. Okay, which compile the many many variants is the ES6 or ES25 2015 of the JavaScript into the standard JavaScript code supported by all the browsers. Okay, and the basically that React uses the JSX. Okay, the React uses the JSX. Okay, an extension of the JavaScript to design the user interface code. So here the Babel is used to compile the JSX code into the JavaScript code. So JSX we can say it's a text wise. So the Babel will convert that JSX into the JavaScript code. So then only the read the internally we can say. Okay. So the basically to install the Babel in it's a React companion, we need to run one command called the Babel. We need to check. There is a Babel, just Babel. Babel CLI how to use Babel CLI. CLI. Yeah, this one only you can use. So we need to install the Babel. Okay. So Babel core, Babel CLI. Okay. So basically the Babel helps to write our application into the next generation of the advanced JavaScript syntaxes. Okay. So basically that Babel helps us to write our application in the next generation of the advanced JavaScript syntax. Okay. So this is basically we are using the the Babel. The Babel is basically JavaScript compiler. Okay. Which is the compiles a many variant of the JavaScript into the standard JavaScript code supported by all the browsers. Okay. And React uses the JSX. Okay. That React uses the JSX and the extension of the JavaScript to design the user interface, and basically that the Babel is used to compile the JSX code into the JavaScript code. Okay. So basically the Babel helps us to write our application into the next generation of the advanced JavaScript syntax. Okay. So Babel will do the compiler, means convert from the old version to new version, new version to old version. So internally it will work. Okay. So there is the next thing, there is a React Create App CLI. Okay. React. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. So the React Create app is the modern CLI tool to create the single page React application we can say. So it's a standard tool supported by the React community, and basically it handles the that compiler called Babel as well. Okay. For installing for the React Create app, installing the React Create app, so we have the command called npm install hyphen global and recreate React app. So this is the React documentation website. So you can go through this website, you will get some more idea. Okay. So there is one thing, global. Okay, leave it, we can use the directly link here. So if you want to suppose install the create React app in a local system, so then you can use npm install. Okay. Install and minus t means global to create a React the app. Okay, so the thing is, I will do one thing. This is I will do here only. Okay, that npm I hyphen g and that create that hyphen g and create a react that app. Okay, so we'll see what are the things we'll get in this package. Okay, so in this package, ignore these deprecated things. Okay, so you can see they like this is the added the four packages are four packages. Okay, and these are the things that deprecated, in the sense basically they have removed the older version and they have updated something. The deprecated meaning they have removed the older thing, they have updated the something new. Okay, and so updating the tool chain. Okay, the react create the app tool chain uses the react script package to build and run the application. Once we started the working with on the application, so we can update and that react script to latest version at the any time using the npm package manager. For example, so I'll run that npm install react script at the latest. Okay, so basically like this tool chain, this like this react create app toolchain uses to react script the package to build and run the application. Once we started or working on the application, we can update the react script to latest version at any time using the npm package manager. Okay, so we need to see, so it's not like creating the app the particular command. So there is separate command to create our entire boilerplate boilerplate code. So there is a different command, so we'll do. Okay, the thing is just we are checking the basic thing only. Okay, so there is an advantage of the using the react toolchain. React toolchain. Okay, yeah, so the react toolchain provide a lot of features out of the box. Okay, like some of the advantages of the using the react toolchain are, so basically it's a predefined and standard structure of the application. Okay, and the next thing we can say it's a ready-made project template. Okay, the first thing I have to write here, there is the predefined predefined and the standard structure of the application. Okay, and the second thing, there is a ready-made project template for the different type of the application. Okay, and there is a ready-made project template for the different type of the application. And there is a development server like there is a development web server is included here. Okay, and the fourth thing, it's easy way to including the third party reactor components, and it's a default setup to test the application. So this is the advantage we can say for the that react tool chain. Okay, Yeah. So the now before the uh, creating the app, so we need to know like some more features are there. Okay, so now features are very important here. Okay, uh, the features are like these features will expect from you guys in the interviewer. Okay, the first thing the basically that React slowly becomes the one of the best JavaScript framework among the web browser. It's a playing an essential role in the front end ecosystems. So we have important features of the React.js. Okay, the first thing it's a virtual DOM, which I already explained. First thing it's a virtual DOM. Okay, so we have already explained. And the second thing there is the component components, and the third thing there is the JSX, and the fourth thing it's a one-way data binding, and third thing it's scalable, and the fourth thing it's a flexible, and for like yeah, last thing it's a modular. Okay, so the virtual DOM in the sense we can it's a special DOM created by the React, and the virtual DOM it's a represent the real DOM of the current HTML DOM document. So whenever there is a changes in the HTML document, so the React checks the updated virtual DOM with the previous state of the virtual DOM, and the update the only different the actual DOM. So this is improve the performance of the rendering in the HTML document. For example, suppose if we create the React component to show the current time by the periodically updating the time through the set interval method. Okay, so then the React will update the only current time instead of updating the whole and content of the component. For example, we can say it's a virtual DOM. Okay, and the next thing we can say it's a component based. The component is basically the React is the build upon the concept of components. The all modern front-end frameworks relies on the component architecture. The all modern front-end frameworks relies on the component architecture. Okay, the component architecture are enable the developer to break down the large application into the small component. So which you have seen that in the Amazon. So like in this thing, so it's not entire the only one application. So here we have so many things that's divided into the some other parts. The thing is like the component architecture in the sense, so it enables the developers to break down the large application into the smaller component for the in the real time organization. So here that header will take one team and the footer will take one team. Okay, and this like this card like this entire content will take one team. Okay, and this you can see there is a MX player cell bestseller, so we have so many options. The each option it will handled by some other teams, entire team I can say, not only one person. So you can imagine the how big is this application actually. So how they are like made as a component from the like break down the larger application into the smaller component. Okay, there is a login, so login also like handling some other team. Okay, and there is a card system, they are handling some other team. Okay, so we have so many things we can see actually. Okay, it's a big application actually, and we can say small like so many things smaller component in this. Okay, for that reason, so the component architecture enables the developer to break down the large application into the smaller component, so which can be further break down into the even the smaller component. So basically the breaking down the application into the smaller component, it simplifies the application, so make it the more understandable and the manageable. Suppose if you have created the only one component, so suppose there is a one component, so inside the component if you are creating the so many things, then it will messy, and it like reading the code, it's very hectic. Okay, sometimes that it will broke it will break in the production level. Okay, for that thing they have converted into the as a component based. Okay, so basically component based, and we can say it's a breakdown into this breakdown the larger application into the smaller component, we can say like that. Okay, so the next thing, there is a JSX. Okay, so JSX basically we can say it's a JSX is the JavaScript extension to create the arbitrary HTML element. Okay, using the syntax that's similar to the HTML only. Okay, and this will be the simplify the HTML document creation, as well as that easy to understand the document. Okay, and the basically the React will convert the JSX into the React like into the JavaScript object consisting the React create element. Okay, and that React create element function called before the executing it. Okay, we'll see this while coding in the in the component wise, we'll see some JSX actually. Okay, in the internally that there is a one method called that create element. Okay, the basically that function call before the executing it. Okay, and it improve the performance of the application and the security wise also. Okay, and also that React allows the HTML document to creation using the pure component, the pure component called the create element, the function, the without JSX as well. So basically this enable the developer to directly create the HTML document in the situation where the JSX does not fit well. Okay, the same thing in the React. So there is a component, so inside the component we have to return something. Inside the return there is a JSX. So JSX similar to the HTML content only. The thing is like the internally there is a separate method that method will convert that JSX into the JavaScript object. We'll see the later. Okay, and there is a one-way data binding. Okay, there is a one-way data binding in the sense already explained regarding that one-way data binding. So basically that one-way data binding is to prevent the data, the component to flow that backward. So component can pass the data to child component only, that means basically parent to child. Okay, the data cannot be passed by the component to the parent, means child to parent, so in the any situation. Okay, so this will simplify the data handling and reduce the complexity. So there is a two-way data binding may seem the mandatory at the first, but closer looks suggest that the application can be done with one-way data binding the only. Okay, this simplifies the application concept as well. So we can say it's a thing is like a parent to child. Suppose if we want to pass the props from the one component to the another component, so then we can see the one-way data binding is very important there. Okay, and after that there is a scalable. Okay, but it's scalable. So scalable basically it's we can say it's a React can be used to create create application of any size. Okay, and the React component architecture basically, and the virtual DOM, and that one-way data binding properly handle the large application in the reasonable time, and the time the frame required for the front-end application. So these features make a React scalable solution. Okay, this component based architecture and virtual DOM and JSX. Okay, so basically that React component architecture and virtual DOM and the one-way data binding properly handle the large application in the reasonable time frame required for the front end development. So these features we can say these features will make the React is a scalable solution. Okay, and the next thing, it's flexible. Okay, the flexible, basically we can say it's a React the only provide the only the few basic concept to create the truly scalable applications. Okay, and the React does not restrict the developers to in the any way to follow the rigid process, the strict process. So this enable the developer to apply their own architecture on the top of the top the basic concept, and makes it flexible. So we have some rights to make some customized things. Okay, and the last thing, there is a modular. Okay, what is the mean by modular? Actually, the modular, basically the React component can be created in the separate JavaScript file. Okay, and can be made that exportable, and this enable the developer to categorize and that group certain the components into the module, so that can be imported, used whenever, wherever we need it. Suppose if we have created one component here, for example, yeah, here we have created one component. Okay, I will show one thing here. There is a, yeah, yeah. So this is one component actually. Okay, and I have created one component called here. So this is a sign up component. We have entire sign up component. Okay, so we have exported component like this. Okay, and we have imported that here, where it is, yeah, here we have imported. Okay, while importing we need to use that import sign up, and that the particular look from the particular location. Okay, so this is, we can say, it's a modular approach in the sense that React component can be created in the separate JavaScript file, and that can be made exportable, and this enable to developer to categorize and the group a certain component into the modular, so that it can be imported and used the wherever the needed. Okay, so this is regarding, we can say, it's just a basic kind of things. So we'll see regarding that advantage and the architecture in the next class. Okay, what's pending regarding the fundamental kind of things. There is the advantage and advan advantage and that disadvantages and what pending, that architecture architecture. Okay, the architecture is pending for the fundamental type, so we'll cover tomorrow, and then we can start that create the React application, and then we can start the code. Okay, so this is regarding, we can set the basic React. Okay, so React, we can set the open source JavaScript library to building the user interface. Okay, and basically that built by the Facebook. And okay, and why we need this thing means that it's easy to use, multiple modular module support, and multiple app development, and easy migration, and large community. Okay, so we have some features actually here. Okay, the prerequisite, it's a very important, guys, it's a very important actually. Suppose there is a, like, if you get on any task. Okay, so if you want to add some logic, so then you need particular grip on that JavaScript. So how to write the function, how to write the logo, how to write the conditions, and how to import and how to export, how to pass the props, how to get the particular prop, and how to pass the callbacks, and how to console. So these are things you need to practice actually, otherwise it will hectic for you guys only. Okay, after that, what we have seen, there is a, yeah, so needs for the ReactJS and some applications, and there is a CLI kind of things. Okay, so after that, what we have seen, So there is the Babel and server, server static server, and there is a create app CLI. Okay, and apart from that thing, we have seen some. These are the main features you guys need to understand as a technically. Okay, it's a very important. Each and every interview asks the features. Okay, and each features you should know the what is the real case example. Suppose I am using the word called virtual DOM. You should know why we are using the virtual DOM. So what's the real case example for the virtual DOM? You should explain them, like this is the this is our website, and in that website, so we have components. So uh, we are updating the only one component. In the react.js will update the only one component, but in the real DOM it will update the entire screen. Like that, actually you have to explain the clear and conceptual, so then only that interview will accept your answer. Otherwise it will problem for you guys only. Okay, each feature you should know the proper real case examples. Suppose I'm using the component name. So then just like you have to tell them the one example. You can give any example. So just I'm using the scalable. So why we are using the scalable? You should use some real case examples. Then only the guy will understand. Okay. So these things you have to practice today. Okay. So what are the react, why we are using, where we have to use, what are the features. Okay, so what are the commands. Till now you have to understand, because it's very important actually. So this is the only I can use in the real time organization. Okay, so JavaScript is the base, we can root we can say, but that current scenario, that market was standard for that react.js only, react.js, angular.js, like that actually. So for that reason, some suggestion I'm giving some suggestions, because of that like react is very important. So please go through the things. Okay, it's very useful for you guys. Okay, so do you have any doubt till now the fundamental? So we'll discuss the advantage and disadvantage of architecture tomorrow. After that we can start that application. Okay, so do you have any doubt? No, sir. Okay, then we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, then bye, good night.